This is my only gash? That's a new record.
Now that's the best sounding elevator music I ever heard.
Good tidings from all of us here at the Fandom Arson Action Team. This is the special guest show season of the show, as advised to us by the Captain of the Comet. With that introduction to the Captain out of the way, Robbie recommended this movie to me called Ratatoing. It obviously acts as a knockoff to the Pixar film Ratatouille. Good film, not necessarily up to par with the other Pixar flicks, but hey, still holds up. Now, Ratatoing is pretty much crap, but how crappy exactly is it? Now that is what we are going to find out. Oh, this Nerf power sword? It's for protection.
So the film features this bistro built by and for rats, with rats as the patrons of the bistro. So yeah, the end of Ratatouille. Also, way to show your roots, guys!
Chef Marcel Toing prepares the most delicious and exotic dishes, always using special secret ingredients.
It's so nice of you to say so. I'll tell Marcel he loves compliments.
I hope you will tell him.
It's divine, don't you agree, Oscar?
Yes, Maria Liche, just divine.
Indeed, this restaurant is very good, Maria Liche.
It's here that we dive into our voice cast. We've got Mike Pollock, Lisa Ortiz, even Dan Green, who you remember from the judges table in the Midnight Snack Contest in 7 and 7. But the big threat they have in common? Sonic X. I was in complete and utter shock from hearing Dr. Eggman narrating this glob-forsaken film. It's so strange that the people who work at better projects end up doing worse projects. Then again, 4Kids gave us this abomination of a dub for One Piece.
Waiter!
I think I'll order something else instead of the mushroom and moss. This one here looks very good. Bring me the larva's pie smothered in asparagus sauce. That does sound so delicious, and it's exactly what I think I want tonight.
Or a double mad burger with...
Get on with it!
The table talk scene goes on for like 10 minutes, and it's kinda nice that they do their best to establish the cast of characters, but this eats up a full quarter of the movie, which clocks in at 41 minutes. Feels like a Saturday Night Live skit in a restaurant where a fellow confuses the scent of his cheeses. The captain mentions that every movie should leave you smarter than when you first came in. So it's teaching me how to tell the difference between cheeses, I guess?
You really need to stop eating the junk food. It's not healthy for you.
Have a heart, dear. Let the boy have what he wants. Yes, Daddy, I love cheddar.
Is that so? But that ain't cheese. It's just plastic.
You're kidding. That's okay, Mom. As it happens, I'm also very partial to plastic.
Something is very wrong here.
As you can probably tell from this great lesson for the kids, yo! This film was probably made for the Mystery Science Theater 3000 generation to tear asunder. You know, your nostalgia critics, your Jontrons, your TV trashes, cartoon clip shows, and mysterious Mr. Enters. It's a common trait for these mockbusters to be pathetic in production quality and abysmal in writing. The balance of these two elements are so out of whack here that it actually makes it a blast to tear apart like this.
What's that supposed to mean, John?
What is the secret of the great flavor in every one of the dishes you prepare?
Well, if I told you, it wouldn't be a secret anymore.
Oh, please, won't you tell me, young man?
All right, I'll tell you.
Oh, now's our chance, now's our chance.
He's actually going to say it.
Quick, grab your notebook and write down every single word.
The actual secret ingredient that can be found in all of the food prepared here is lots of...
Come on, out with it.
Lots and lots and lots of...
With lots of?
With lots and lots and lots of...
This guy is just driving me crazy.
It dragged on for 15 seconds, I shit you not. Marcel should have just cut to the chase and said,
The dishes are prepared with the secret ingredient of a lot of dedication and care.
and boom, there's your answer. If you want to see a distraction done right, see Krusty Krab training video. If you want to hear lots and lots repeatedly, I've got something for you.
Get on with it!
People are hella desperate for the recipes, but Marcel dashes off to attend to an accident, which turns out to be an excuse to pull him away from the abrasive crowds. And just in time for the night shift, which is leagues more interesting. But it turns out to be trouble afoot with the customers.
If we can find out their secret, we can go back to being a great restaurant.
Great theory, but we've never been a great restaurant.
In essence, these clowns are a cut-rate version of Plankton from SpongeBob SquarePants, but who cares about these guys when there's a suit-up sequence to queue up? Clearly this is stock animation, but I wouldn't worry if I were you. The other 2 times they reuse it, it's severely trimmed down to 10 seconds the first time around and 22 on the third. A lot more forgiving than the recycled animations used in the 90s show Sailor Moon, which we do have in our crosshairs for the future. I could detail other moments scattered throughout the film, like a cat at the climax nailing that NES Bowser walk pretty well, or that 40-second dance number I am showing you right now that it probably existed to fill the runtime. But by now you understand how severely inept at filmmaking the crew of this studio has proven themselves. The animation's so stilted, it makes me think of Robot Jones, a show that debuted in 2001, and how expensive its cell animation was back then compared to the pennies Veep had to animate the tripe we are seeing now in 2009. And despite the 4Kids players' best efforts, the characters portrayed by the film are so one-dimensional and dim-witted that I can actually appreciate the wisdom of the fucking Kung Fu Dino Posse and how they are at least able to portray a competent conflict. And this is a show that houses fucking Scrap! He'd get lost in a mini-mart, he's that stupid. But the film itself is so freaking terrible that you can't help but point and laugh at this absolute train wreck. It's not as lousy as, say, other lion trees in the Video Brinquedo library, but it's still worth a laugh at its expense. Bottom line, I dare not spoil all the stupid that goes on with this film, as it clearly deserves a high spot on the search for the worst. Sadly, Video Brinquedo has gone bust in 2010 and has resorted to posting its content on YouTube for any boob with a clip converter to take in for their dumb internet show. But the very spark of hilarious ineptitude is still rendered immortal by the beauty that is free speech on the internet. So please, check out this or any item from their library if you want something to tear apart this year. But if you want to distract the kids with a movie while you go ignore them for about an hour, considering the whole partial to plastic thing, keep walking.
Thank you for this opportunity for our very first guest show. Please remember that you can find even more reviews on my own channel that are a bit more effort put into this than what we've cooked up for this particular episode, since, let's not fool ourselves, I never really wanted to talk about this film. Robbie made me do it in his place since he's on Christmas vacation. But there are a lot more content than we let on. 24 hours. Almost 24 hours, I guess. So, with that said, Ladies and gentlemen of the mob, thanks for rioting loose, and if you're not particularly hooked on our content, I can perfectly understand. This is designed to be a sort of gateway drug for new viewers to see if our potential as internet comedians can truly grow. No saying if there is another in our guest show season, but if something pops up that piques our interest, you may as well keep your eyes open. But be forewarned that if you want to see more of our wacky antics through 22 hours of content, then belts up, gang. We're about to land. With the wisdom of Guestsheaux.
Flash.
Remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows and how it implied that we all have these hidden animal ancestors? Though to be fair to the movie, as awesome as it is, the whole animal ancestor thing isn't that half bad of an idea on its own. But remember, this is Platinum Dunes we're talking about, so execution won't be up to snuff. It's a Michael Bay flick. You should know that decent storytelling and quality characterization isn't really required for these stories by now. How about I show you a project that executes that plot point a lot better? Based on a series of Disney crossover videos, To Belong, the animated series builds a captivating world with newly decloned characters of varying nationalities. But to spend money, you gotta have money. That's what Kickstarters are for. Rewards? Stretch goals, you catching my drift? Then make like the Misties and pierce the heavens!
Check out their Kickstarter. Send a few dollars their way. Tell them old Deep Dish sent ya.